Another year brings another significant gain for Nvidia. The company's stock, represented by the ticker symbol Nvidia, is showing impressive growth as we approach the end of the year. Shares of the GPU manufacturer have risen substantially, with only a few weeks left in 2024. For investors who don't currently own Nvidia stock, it's too late to take advantage of its strong performance so far. However, a key question remains. Should you invest heavily in Nvidia stock before the year ends? Let's take a look at what historical trends indicate. Before we begin, this video is not an investment advice and must do your own diligence. However, with my experience investing for years, the content from this video has a solid research foundation. Check our Patreon on the description below for an inside members-only access on what are the best buys now. We will also update you on what to sell for gains or to avoid losses. Subscribe to our channel so you will never miss out. There's often no need to rush when buying a stock. In many cases, whether you purchase shares right away or wait a few months doesn't make a big difference. However, the story has been quite different when it comes to Nvidia. Nvidia held its initial public offering, IPO, on January 22, 1999. Since then, over the past 25 years, the company has consistently delivered strong first-quarter performances. In fact, Nvidia has achieved a positive return during the first quarter in 20 out of those 25 years. On average, the stock's Q1 gain has been an impressive 19%. This means that waiting to buy shares after the start of the year would have often resulted in missing out on significant returns. Looking closer, Nvidia's stock has delivered double-digit percentage gains in 14 out of its 25 full first quarters since the IPO. The most remarkable performance occurred last year, when Nvidia's share price surged by an incredible 90% in Q1. Meanwhile, the first quarter of 2024 ranks as the company's second-best Q1 ever, with the stock climbing a staggering 82.5%. Of course, Nvidia hasn't always had stellar first quarters. For instance, in Q1 of 2008, the stock suffered a sharp decline of approximately 42%. However, over the last 10 years, Nvidia has only experienced one negative first quarter. That occurred in 2022, when the stock fell by about 7% during Q1. Most investors aren't likely to buy Nvidia shares at the end of a given year and then sell them just 3 months later. So, how has the stock performed over longer periods? Nvidia has delivered positive returns in 17 out of the 23 three-year periods since the company's IPO, including the period from 2022 to 2024. On average, the return during these 3-year periods was approximately 195%. However, if you bought Nvidia stock at the end of a given year and held onto it for 5 years, the results would be even more impressive. The company's share price increased in 19 out of 21 5-year periods since its IPO. The average return for these 5-year periods was an incredible 551%. So, what's the takeaway when it comes to buying Nvidia stock before the end of the year? Historically, it has almost always paid off significantly. Now for the bad news. There's a good case to be made that history doesn't matter much regarding investing in Nvidia. Why? The present is unlike the past. Most of Nvidia's stellar performances in previous years came before the generative AI explosion. Interest rates were also much lower during the period when Nvidia delivered its greatest gains. Rivals are scrambling to develop chips that compete with Nvidia's GPUs. The stock's future returns may be significantly lower in the future as the supply of AI chips catches up with demand. Interest rates remain higher, relatively speaking, and competition intensifies. However, there's also an argument that Nvidia's future could be even brighter than its past. CEO Jensen Huang believes that the company's new Blackwell GPU architecture could become the most successful product in not only Nvidia's history, but in the history of the computer. Importantly, Nvidia is now on a yearly cycle of launching new chips, so even more powerful GPUs will be on the way after Blackwell. AI is still only in its early innings. New advances, potentially including artificial general intelligence (AGI), could boost Nvidia's growth like never before. Even if we eliminate AI altogether, the company could have a $1 trillion opportunity as organizations shift from general-purpose computing to accelerated computing. If you think Nvidia's growth prospects will improve, and there's good reason to do so, throw out the history books. Buying this stock hand over fist before the end of the year makes perfect sense. Give us a like if you like our video, subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss out. Check our Patreon for an inside look on what are the best buy and sell stocks every week.